Hey folks, Jim Thomas here, Fitness Management and Consulting, and welcome to our channel today. It's great to have you. And if you're new to the channel, if you're finding us that very first time, welcome as well. And our topic for you today is how to grow gym revenue. How to grow gym revenue. Now, before we get into our topic, just a quick reminder, my focus, my mission here on the channel is I want to be able to provide as much information as I can to as many people as I can, across all regions. And the best way I can do that is when you choose to subscribe to the channel. So if you've not yet done so, take a moment, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate it. And then to learn more about me, learn more about my company, and how we can help take your business that next level, be sure to check out those links below. And then as a quick reminder to anyone who's looking to open a new gym, and this is the time of the year where you have a lot of activity with gyms getting open, and one of the biggest failings of so many new operations is they're undercapitalized, they're underfunded going in. We can help you with funding, up to $400,000, which is completely unsecured. There's no restrictions on use. The simple requirements are a 680 or better credit score in each credit bureau, Equifax, Experian, TransUnion, and then a minimum income of at least $50,000 per year each of the two previous years. You can check out the links below under financing and funding for a host of opportunities there, whether you're an existing business, you need funding, whether you're a new startup, whether you need point of sale financing, we can help you at pretty much any level that you're going to need. So be sure to check those out. And so with that said, let's get into our topic here today, and it's how to grow gym revenue. I want to give you some thoughts on this, because what you want to do is you want to make sure we're really maximizing our opportunities right now. And so number one on my list is increase your price. Okay, and I don't mean increase your price to your existing member base. Okay, here's one of the things we know just from a data perspective is that of all your customers, 20% of them will actually spend more money if you'll simply ask. And so make sure you have what's typically referred to as that big ask, ASK, that big ask. Increase your prices, have that big ask, and if you're getting 20% of your customers will take you up on that, you've just improved the revenue in your business. Same advertising dollars, same closing rate, same everything, okay? And one of the things you can think about, again, check out those links below under financing and funding on personal training financing or even bigger package membership options. There's some additional ways you can do that not only can help you sell bigger programs, but get your money up front. So consider, raising your prices. Number two, add new products or services. Add new products or services. Now this can vary. I know I talk to a lot of gyms, and their only source of income is that membership. Okay, and for those folks, if this is you, if membership is the only source that you have, think about personal training, think about group training, think about retail, think about supplements. Think about maybe selling advertising. Inside your gym, selling advertising. To your Group X schedule, advertising to your child care schedule, advertising on your website. Think about sublets inside of your gym. So there's a lot of ways to increase that revenue if we start thinking like that. So start looking at additional products, additional services, things of that nature. Number three on my list of how to grow gym revenue, increase the sales effort. Increase the sales effort. Depending on where you're at, if you don't really have a sales team, if we're simply reactive and our front desk is handling it, maybe if you hired this one full-time salesperson and that's all they did was focus on collecting new leads, making outbound calls, making contacts, setting appointments, getting people to show up, monitoring our conversion, getting referrals at point of sale, doing our follow-up. There's a lot of things in there that can really start to have an impact. And so look at increasing your sales effort. Because, in a general sense, when you look at kind of turning a business around, one of the things that always has to happen first is we have to change our think. We have to think bigger. So when I talk about increasing our sales effort, just think for a second, whatever your goal is for sales, think about increasing it. And then along with that increased goal, now how does that action level going to need to look in order to hit that. Number 4 on how to grow gym revenue, reduce cost. Reduce cost. Here's the way I would suggest looking at this. I mean, you're never going to cut your way into growth. You certainly don't want to overspend, but you're not going to grow by cutting per se. But one of the maybe ways of thinking that I would suggest is every day you're starting over. You may have accumulated some money in the bank. You may be having success, but every day you're starting at zero. And start thinking about it like that, and you'll be surprised how much more effective that you can potentially become. But with that said, look at programs, look at staff, anything that's out there it's not producing, it's not generating a return that you need, those are going to need a good hard look. Don't keep spending on things that are not producing you revenue. Look at reallocating those funds. Number 5, increase productivity. Increase productivity. Get more productive. Here's something easy, I think, to think about. Let's just say you want to get 100 new sales a month. The easiest way to do that, all things being equal, the easiest way to do that is to get 200 people to walk in your front door. Can you come up with ways, if your number's 100, can you come up with a way to get 200 people to walk in your front door? I mean, can you host a Chamber of Commerce meeting? Can you have a meeting of all the real estate agents in your area, letting them know what you do? Can you have a meeting with all the apartment leasing agents, letting them know what you do? Matter of fact, you might even look under marketing and advertising campaigns in the links below. Look at something like price insurance. This is a great way to offer bigger things for really no money out of pocket for you, that can increase that productivity, get more awareness, get more people in. So look at increasing your productivity, but think about, how do I get more people to walk in that front door? Number 6 on how to grow gym revenue, enter new markets. Enter new markets. Here's what I mean, okay? Not necessarily expand another location. Could, if that's where you're at. But first thing I would look at is wherever your club sits right now, that roughly at 3-mile radius, about 20% of that audience is going to be expected to be a member of the gym. Okay? Well, that other 80% is that uncontested market. Perhaps those folks need to lose 20, 25 pounds. Perhaps those folks that haven't exercised in at least a year, they feel uncomfortable, they don't feel like they're going to fit in. Hey, what if you start marketing to those folks, and you started coming up with programs that made it easy for them, to want to participate? Think about that as a brand new market for so many folks, plus it will expand your market. Also think about this. Think about your website as a new market. How are you using your website as a lead generator and as a sales tool? Make sure your website is not simply an online brochure. Because one of the things that we find, pretty frequently, looking at websites on clubs that we're trying to get them back on track, half the people that go to the website don't even live in your area. What else can we sell them? Can we have supplements on there? Can we have online training on there? Can we have retail on there? What else can we do to make that a revenue generator? And the beauty of it is, these are things that are already in place. All we have to do is kind of change how we approach it. And then number 7 on how to grow gym revenue, get a loan. Get financing. I mentioned this earlier, but check out the links below for gym funding and financing. One of the things you always want to get in the habit of doing is you're always looking for money. Okay, you always want to have money ready to go when you need it, because you never know, when there might be a hiccup, and you never know when there might be an opportunity, that presents itself. Make sure you have this funding available. So, get financing, get a loan. And kind of with that said, is when you're looking at your business operation, it's our suggestion that you have a minimum of 1 month's operating on hand. So let's just say it's costing you $50,000 a month to run your business. You want to have another $50,000 kind of sitting over here, and it could be a line of credit, it could be cash, however you like to do it. But you want to have that availability. In some cases, you might want 2 or 3 months, to really give you that safety net. So take a look at our tips on different ways that you can grow gym revenue, because this is why you do it. Okay, unless you're growing that revenue, you're not going to be able to provide the kind of facility, the kind of member experience, the kind of service, that you really want to. So, take a look at that, see which ones, are going to fit for you. And so, folks, my name is Jim Thomas. My company is Fitness Management and Consulting. Appreciate you being here at the channel today. If you've not yet done so, please take a moment, hit that subscribe button. We appreciate it. Again, to learn more about me, learn more about my company, and how we can help take your business that next level, be sure to check out those links below. And again, for you folks looking to open a new facility, looking to open a new gym, we can help provide funding, for up to $400,000. That's completely unsecured. There's no restrictions on use. The basic minimum requirements are a 680 or better credit score in all 3 credit bureaus and a minimum income of $50,000 per year each of the 2 previous years. So if that's you, check out those links below. Happy to chat with you about how we can help, and we look forward to seeing you all in that next video.